There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun.
So welcome to the latest unboxing video by theplayersaid.com. Today we are taking a look at the game called 65, and it's designed by Mark H. Walker. And this one's put out by Flying Pig Games, and it's fresh off of their Kickstarter. Just got this in the mail yesterday, so let's take a look inside and see what we get. First off, the box is actually quite small. If you've had old school tactical, this box is probably half the size of that. So that's nice. This is going to fit much more neatly on the shelf. And the artwork looks great. Yeah, there's a little bit of the counter artwork. There's kind of an iconic box here, so I'm very excited to see what we've got inside. It doesn't seem to be massively heavy. Again, OST twice as big, and that was a massive game. And that was a big heavy weight to throw around, but this one's much lighter. So as you can see in the box, there's a lot of space in there, which hopefully is going to be for all of the Kickstarter exclusives and extras and all the stretch goals that will be able to fit inside the box here. So first thing we have is a deck of cards. This is a card-driven game. Let me just whip these open here real quick. It's similar system, well, it's very, very similar system to Night of Man, which is also a game that they produce. That was a sci-fi theme. This has the Vietnam theme. So if you've played that, you'll recognize the style of the cards, where you have a couple of different actions, and then you have the hit and attacking information down the bottom here as well. So you have a bunch of these, and they all have this great guy from the front of the box artwork on there. So there's a big old deck of cards. Here at the bottom we have, and this is something I'm particularly excited for. So these are the player deck. These bottom cards look the same on the back. These are secret objective cards. In some scenarios you'll be drawing these and you'll get a different number of victory points for completing them. So it's as simple as eliminate an opposing MG team. If you complete this during the course of the scenario in the mission, you might get extra points. And there's a bunch of these, 7 or 8, and that just adds an extra kind of level of strategy to the game. Something that someone might be doing something out of the ordinary, and you might not know why, but it might be they're trying to achieve those. So if the rulebook, this looks like it's kind of one of those manila folders the military use, so I really like the style of that. Oh, actually, on the back, some advertising. This is Night of Man, an old school tactical, which you talked about, is a World War II tactical game that's a very different style, but it's an excellent game. So, rulebook is glossy, big font, nice and spaced out. Something I really like. I enjoyed that in OST as well, where it was bullets and it wasn't tiny text. It was cramped. I didn't feel like I was straining my eyes, or I wasn't getting too scared from the rulebook being intimidating. There's good color images explaining movement, line of sight, things like that. Columns. This rulebook is got a decent size to it. It's 27 pages. The last 7 of which are scenarios which we'll play through. And here they kind of show you the map cards to use and give you a rundown of victory points and the setup. And like any good Vietnam game, this game's going to be duck and cover, running and hiding by the NVA and the VC, and the Americans trying to flush them out and using chopper movement and heavy units to get them out of the jungle. So we have a couple of player aids here. These both seem to be identical. They have a train effects chart down here. This is movement. And on the back we've got range modifiers, and then firing into hard, soft kind of combat. High explosive modifiers and artillery stuff down here in the bottom as well. Again, big, clear. I'm not like squinting and getting eye strain from just looking at the player aids, which is nice. So now comes the fun stuff. Okay, these are the vehicle counters, and I cannot tell you how big these are. They are beautiful. Let's take a look at this artwork up close. And these really pop in the light. So that just came out of that sprue really easily. These are extremely well cut and punched. I don't even have to use a counter rounder to cut these up. All the information's on there for them. It's beautiful. They get it. Look at that, this awesome wreck on the back. And these are, I mean, this is as big as my finger, pretty much. Those are big, big counters. So I'm very excited for those. Make the game just nice and easy to play with. I'm not going to be using tweezers for this game. Here's effect markers. Again, they're very simple, but very effective. And I'm not a huge fan of games that have lots and lots and lots of different extra markers just to stick on like your stacks of units. But if I'm going to have them, I want them to be big like this so I can easily manage them. I think that's going to be nice. So there's more of these fired and ops complete markers, and on the back of those they're moved and shaken ones. Let's take a look at some of these VC units here. So you got rifle units, you got some, looks like heroes or leaders down here. And on the back side they've got a reduced side, obviously. Those are just really neat looking counters. And again, these are big. These are the same size as the vehicles in OST. And as a comparison, these are the vehicles in this game, almost twice the size. So these are going to be, it's just great. Very excited. So here we have another sheet of counters, more units. Looks like you've got, different sappers, MG teams. I've got some American units up there as well. These are fantastic. I'm actually very, very excited to play these. Okay, what we have, let's move the box out of the way and I'll start showing you the map boards. These are bifold map boards, and they're single-sided. So you might have a scenario that plays just on this one. And so you can see, it's quite a small scenario. I'm going to pull this up so you can see the hex sizes are really, really big. So this board is 6 hexes in size. And here's one of the units, one of the vehicles on that hex, takes up almost the entire hex. So this might not be the most unit dense game, but I think it's going to be, you're not going to get overwhelmed, and I think that's a great thing. Some of the scenarios you might be joining boards together, obviously not this way, but it's, be putting them together, they're all similar enough, and the scenarios take them around. So there's 3 of the map boards to play with. And yeah, that's one of the things I think I'm most excited for, is this isn't a fiddly game. The pieces are big, the spaces are big, the hexes are big, and the hex lines are also very subtle. I want to show you that one more time here. So the hex lines are they're almost just a dash in the middle of where the line would be, and so they don't complete the whole hex. So, it's a bit less kind of, oh, here's a hex overlay on my great map. And the artwork here is really good. It's the same kind of drawing style as the counters here. So that's a good thing that they've got some sticking to their style, and it's something that I think is going to be really cool to look at on the map. I just want to pull out these scenarios again so I can show you. Here you're going to have maps 1, 2, and 3 in this scenario, and you stick them together in this way, and you overlay them a little bit. Or in this one, you have them lengthwise, and you stick them all together in a long line. So some of the scenarios are going to play around and tessellate the different map boards. This is one I'm very, very excited to play. I'm going to bash out the rules this week, and we're going to play this on the weekend. So look for a review and a blitz for this one coming up soon. So thank you very much for watching this, and stick around because we're going to open all the Kickstarter exclusives in just a moment. Thank you.
And it's been the ruin of many a poor boy. And God